And I'll tell you this, okay, when we talk about things in our life that happened to us that we didn't like, but they were good for us overall, okay? And I'll share with you this point. Now, when Chris he lived in the building we had in Bishop, okay? Kept the fire, which was an aggravating thing.
Yes.
That old furnace wasn't for jack.
It was hard.
It was a new
with.
furnace, but it sheared the pins, wouldn't keep the building hot.
No.
It was just aggravating old coal furnace. But anyway, Chris lived there. At one point in his life, lived right there in the building. When Chris worked with me, he just worked for us. He was there for us. So he wasn't an employee. If he needed something, we tried to give it to him, but we didn't have a lot of money. We just didn't have a lot. We got more going out than we did coming in. But there come a point in Chris's life that he needed to do better, needed to do more. And he come to me and he said, I got to have some money. I got to have some money. I said, Chris, I really like you and I appreciate you, but I can't give it to you. I don't have it. Well, he said, I'm out of here. I've got to go. Okay. All right. Now, I didn't like it. He didn't like it, but he needed to do it.
Yeah.
Now, if I would have had it, I would have gave it to him, but it was a good thing that I didn't have it because it caused you to go on.
Right.
And see, you think about things in your life. So when you think about stuff in your life that you've had to go through that you didn't like, but overall they were good for you.
Well, you know what I call that? I call that the baby bird in the nest syndrome.
Right, absolutely.
A lot of times we want that change. And again, this is back to fear.
Right.
We're too afraid to make it.
Okay.
So God allows sometimes for situations to come up that gives us that shove.
Right.
And down there at Genmar, I'll use this for an example. I wanted a change, and of course, whenever I started there, I said, yeah, this is where I'll retire. You know,
Right.
being a supervisor. Well, and things just, certain situations, and it was a forced situation for me to go out. To you know, did I like it? No.
Right.
Was I scared? Yeah.
Right.
But wife and I talked. My dad, I talked with him, and my wife and I, we kind of talked about me starting my own business. You know, a little bit, and I called her one day and told her what was going on. She said, "Yeah."
Right.
And you know, and if it wasn't for her,
Right.
I don't know if I would have done it.
Absolutely.
Because of her encouragement and willing to stand behind me and the decision I made,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Yeah.
And, you know, a similar situation with her. It's devastating, you know, at the time.
Right.
But once you get and able to step back and calm down a little bit,
Right.
you see things that you didn't see while you were right in the middle of it.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it's just God looking out for us. And, but we're fighting him, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't time yet.
Well, we're saying, devil, leave me alone.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, we're calling the wrong, you know, giving the wrong credit
Yeah.
there.
And the Lord told me one
Yeah.
time, he said, biggest thing my people don't know difference between me and the devil. And I think that's so truthful. A lot of times we think it's, well, I mean, there's no way as growing up, and I don't know if your parents ever whooped you, but my parents used to, my mom didn't whip me as bad as my dad has whipped me for it.
Yep.
But I didn't feel like he had my best intentions in mind.
Because he was hurting.
It hurt me,
Yeah.
okay? So same things we go through in our life sometimes. We'll go, and we go back to the children of Israel. When God sent Moses to Pharaoh, he said, all right, I want you to go to him. But by the way, when you get there, I'm going to fix it where he doesn't listen to you.
Right.
And because it was about getting them out. The Red Sea wasn't about killing the Egyptians. It was about keeping them from going back. Same thing with the fire.